I'm Max Mathias. Me and my partner Christian Fahey decided for our Tech Lab project that we're going to look at the term assessment and how technology can be used to enhance how teachers assess their students. When me and Christian started thinking up how we're going to look into assessment, we figured we got to come up with a definition first. And when we looked at the definition of assessment, we thought that the main thing it is a process. That assessment is the process of measuring students' knowledge of key course information. That basically we're just looking at what we want to see what students have learned. We want to see how well they've learned it, and by looking at how they're doing, we can see if maybe in some cases we need to go back and reteach some things to them, do some remedial stuff so they can be caught up to speed on what information is critical to know. We feel this is a good definition that thoroughly defines assessment and gives us a good idea of not only what it is, but what we need to do to achieve it at a high level.
Okay, so one thing me and Max seen as we were looking for tools of assessment through technology and whether it's apps or online websites is we found that it's really a lot easier to organize and manage the assessments of students because those apps, they're really efficient at organizing where the students are related to the other students in the class and the learning objectives that you set as a teacher. And also there's a ton of different tools out there and apps for assessing students' learning, checking for ways of understanding. So one of the assessment tools we were talking about earlier, an online one, is called MindMeister. And what this is you can create concept maps like this one here. And a concept map is a great way for teachers to check the level of understanding students have on a certain topic. And how it works is you have one topic or theme, and that is broken down into individual ideas that sort of make up that theme. So for instance, we use lacrosse, a PE game, and we broke that down into players and positions, and we broke that down even more, and then we broke it down into equipment, rules, and the history of lacrosse. And all of those kind of go together to form that one theme, and that's a great way to check for students' understanding of whatever you're teaching them.
We're looking for other tools to assess students. One that we felt we could use well would be an infograph. As you can see right here, one way we could use this would, for example, we use this to measure heart rates of students after jumping rope. This would be an activity you could do in a PE class. Maybe the first couple minutes of class you'd have them jump rope, see where they are at the beginning, and use this to gauge how much they've improved over time. When looking at this, you can do a lot of things with it. For one, down here we could put goals we have for the students. As you can see, we have each student is color-coded. Student A, B, C, D, E, and F. They're all coded with their chart, their graph up here. And going down, we can set goals for them. For example, we're looking at the very beginning. We want to get 165 beats per minute while doing this activity. And as you can see, looking at our chart, we're at 140, 152, 164, 86, 90, and 81. As you can see, 3 of our 6 students are over that 165 threshold, 3 are slightly below. So by looking at this, we can see where our students are. We can see that the top couple are doing really well, that the bottom 3, they need to improve. And we can set a goal for at the very end of this 4-week unit. We want them up around 180 beats or more per minute. And using the chart, we can see where they are each week during this time. And then by the 4th week, you can see we're 174, 183, 88, 95. That when looking at this, you can see that 5 of our 6 students are over that 180 threshold. And one of them is at 174, so slightly below. So when using this, you can see maybe with this student who's at 174, just below 180, that while maybe another week or so of practice, so they could be up to the 180 mark. overall, I feel this is a good tool to use because we can look at students, how they're performing, how they did in the past, and how they're doing right now, and be able to measure their progress, which is helpful in looking at how the students are improving. And we can also look at which students need a little extra help to get up to the goals that are set for them.
Another assessment tool that we were introduced to by Mr. Fenstermaker is called Kahoot. And this is a good way, good formative assessment for teachers to use to kind of quiz the students on their knowledge so far of a concept or theme that you're teaching. And so how it works is the teacher sets up a quiz, makes the questions and everything, and then it'll give you this game pin right here, and then you show that to the students. They copy that and they paste it into their own Kahoot It website, and then they hit enter, they put their name, and then they join the game. And now the teacher will project this screen right here up onto a whiteboard or whatever, and in front of the whole class, so the whole class can see this screen. And there'll obviously be more students here as more students join the game, but right now we only have one. And then you'll hit start now, the teacher will, and this will be what's displayed on the board again in front of the class, and this will be what's displayed on the student's screen. So it's getting ready for the first question, and so the question will be on the white screen in front of the whole room. Who sewed the first American flag? And then the student will see, these are the options. They'll see the blue hexagon. They'll hit that. Then the teacher can hit next, and it'll show the results of all the students who got how many points for getting it right. And then you'll go through to the next question. Prepares the student, they get ready. What was the first president? Who, the only thing we have to figure is fear itself. Who said that? So they can say they think it's this answer. They're wrong. The teacher then sees that they did not get any points because they were wrong, but they're still the leader because they're the only student in the class so far. So, and then at the end of this, this shows the results of every student and what questions were most commonly missed. So that's a good way to track what students need to work on the most, what areas you need to maybe reteach or change the way you taught it so that they better understand that area. And it's right there. All the results are right there. You don't have to go do any extra work for that.